In 1932, a Pittsburgh steel heir named Eben Byes died with holes in his skull because he had drunk around 1,400 bottles of radioactive tonic. He thought it was making him superhuman, and the Wall Street Journal at the time summed up the whole debacle in 10 words. The radium water worked fine until his jaw came off. So let me rewind into what I've been thinking about this week, a great article by Cornelia Walther in Psychology Today. So Aalto University completed research where around 500 people were given logical reasoning problems from the American law school admissions test. Half were allowed to use a large language model. But importantly, everyone was paid more for assessing their own performance accurately. Everyone using the chatbot overestimated how well they had done. And of course, I feel that much you might be able to predict. Dunning-Kruger, the effect where the least capable people are the most confident, did not just weaken, it actually reversed. The participants who rated themselves as most literate were the furthest off about their own performance. So in the study, most participants used a single prompt, took the answer, and then moved on. Doctoral researcher Daniela da Silva Fernandez says these tools are not fostering metacognition. So we are not learning about our own mistakes. Doubt used to have a physical location. It lived in the pause before you knew something, and fluent output deletes the pause. You never feel the not knowing, so you never file it that you didn't know it. And I talk about AI for a living. I research it, I build with it, and I think about very little else. So I'm not narrating this from the outside. On that study's numbers, I'm the highest risk category in the room. And as I've said many times, that despite spending most waking hours thinking about AI, I have been very concerned with cognitive atrophy and have put in a number of mechanisms in an effort to not get high on my own supply, so to say. But that is not necessarily the discourse that we have in our culture. Every keynote, vendor deck, founder, even on this app, is selling certainty, because certainty is the only version of expertise that the market seems to pay for. So two systems are running in parallel. One manufactures unearned confidence at zero cost. The other selects leaders for exactly that trait and calls it vision, which matters enormously when you put these tools on the desk of a caseworker or a counsel planner. That is not a tool going into a workflow. It's a confidence multiplier going into a chain of human decisions with no calibration layer anywhere in it. And the writer of this article, Cornelia Walther, calls the alternative hybrid humility, asking honestly, which part of this is mine and which part am I borrowing? Confidence used to be a signal of expertise. It's now so easy to fake. Byes drank 1,400 bottles because every single one of them felt to him like it was working until his jaw fell off. Maybe we should be considering what happens if this tonic that we are so intoxicated with is actually radioactive for us.